Yeah, to Cryptopsy then now. You had a lot of lineup changes or members entering and leaving the band.
Sure.
What was for you the hardest departure or entrance of a member during that career you have already?
Wow, that's a tough question, because I really don't know, like, specifically which person left that. I don't know. See, for me, like, change is, as far as that's concerned, is good, because it just brings new energy and new ideas, and new motivation. I find for the people that have been doing it for a long time, you know, i.e. myself. But I mean, it's all part of life. There's not a lot of money to be made in this music, so you can't expect for people to stay together and, you know, and be like as one when, you know, money is such an important thing in life to live, to survive.
Has money been an important factor then in a lot of changes?
Absolutely. Yeah, careers, man. People get tired of being on the road and, you know, coming home just to pay like for the month's rent and then having to get a smaller job, and, you know, it's when they could be at a bigger job and a nice stable career, knowing that they're going to be there at home. I mean, of course.
Have you ever felt that intensively yourself? Maybe?
I mean, I felt it before, for sure. I mean, it always goes through your mind, like, you know, what would be better, you know, like taking a shower every day and doing what you want at home and having a stable life, or going on tour. But there's just something that happens when I'm behind a drum set that I can't really get a feeling of with anything else, career-wise.
Okay, and in the changes, do you think it had affected, or which members, maybe to rephrase my question, had a lot of influence on the songwriting, and due to that changed also that process of songwriting, you would say?
Well, I mean, you know, I think the person that had probably the most influence on the songwriting was probably John, the guitar player. But when he left, his ideas were starting to become really redundant, and a little bit like too much, too thought about for what we wanted to do, and it wasn't really working. So, you know, that had to change. You know, things like, I guess things happen for a reason. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then with a different, like with Chris, who's got a different approach to the guitar playing. Well, sure. Then if he brought ideas for riff, they would change. But also as a core, we always try to have how do you say, something that's like democracy, where we all decide what we want to do, and if somebody doesn't like an idea, then they're able to voice that opinion too. So, you know, it changes together.
Okay, because now also with the recent album, you all stated that diversity is a big force in Cryptopsy.
Sure.
Maybe to run through all the members, who brings what to the table?
Okay, well, Matt McGachy is the new singer, and he brings the vocals. I mean, in the album, he writes all the vocals and stuff like that.
Because you picked him also in advance, because you want to have a more diverse range, or a more wider range of vocals. So
I wanted a singer that could do anything.
And who? Because how many steps you plan ahead with Cryptopsy? Is there, like, you have certain meetings maybe where there is this need that people speak out, and then you start, because you.
I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, we've thought about that for like 5 years. You know, like having a singer that could do anything, so that if we wanted to go into a groove or a melody that required something that was clean or something like that, it wouldn't sound crappy. He could pull it off. So yeah, we've been thinking about that for a long time, and just the events happened so that we could hire him.
And Chris, how do you would describe him as a?
Chris is a guitar player, man. They're hard to figure out.
Yeah, but musically, his contribution to the band?
It's great. You know, he's got great ideas. He's an amazing guitar player, and he's an amazing sound producer, sound engineer. So I mean, his role in coming to the band helped a lot, as far as different things that simplify our task.
And you yourself, do you have any other roles besides the drumming that is very important for the band?
I veto things.
Yeah?
I say yeah or nay usually. I just, Yeah, I mean, I try to compose things as well. I have usually the conceptual ideas come from on my behalf. We just try to contribute as much as possible, all of us.
Because you as a drummer, is there a lot of writing around your drumming? Maybe you come up instead of a guitar view with a sort of drum pattern, which.
Well, sure, but it's always like, it's always back and forth. I mean, it can come from me, it can come from somebody else. But I definitely, if I have like an idea for something that's like, different and stuff, I'll present it and we'll work a riff around it, and yeah.
Okay.